Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Stitches and Coffee with Jurgita. And this is New Year 2024. And again, is a new video, as I promised, with all my possible starts that I've planned. My planner is this one that I'm trying out this year, and it's for 2 years in a row. So we'll see how it goes. It's very small, very thin, and mostly it just has each month, like monthly things, and tiny bit for the notes, which I'll be writing which projects I worked on. So it's at a glance versus looking at here. At the back, I'm going to be writing what finishes I've done for that year and what purchases, which means I'm not going to be including like a threads or a fabric that I need for projects, just like a patterns. Hopefully it's not going to be as much of that this year as it was in 2023, because that was last year was the biggest purchase I've done in all the things. And then I've talked a little bit about it in my, what was it, whip parade, I believe. But I'm going to be marking on my calendar each day when I work on anything. That includes not just cross stitching, but any of other hobbies. So when I work on a hobby, I'm going to scratch or X out one of the days, each day of that. And as you see, I have for 2 years, so I'll be able to look at a glance what days, how many days I did not do anything. And if you watch my finishes video or my whip parade video, I've also talked about how I'm gonna do different challenges this year for myself. I'm gonna try not to push myself to stitch a lot. I'm gonna try to go more again, just I did like I did in December, to do more FFOing. Because that's one of my pet peeves, you could say, besides picking a fabric to stitch on. So I'm going to try to do that, and I'm going to try out different types of hobbies, which you'll see, I don't know if this video or separate video that I picked. So it's all listed in here. And I pulled out myself out of practically all of the stitchy groups for a gaming where you have to stitch for certain things, so I wouldn't be feeling like I have to stitch something. I want to find a way to slow down for myself, because my stitch bug kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So on this beautiful, still a little bit of snow, we had like a couple inches of snow last night, and we enjoyed it immensely. But today, it's half of it's melted. It's already seeing grass through again. Not enough time to do all kinds of snowmen and things. So while I'm looking at the snow outside, you see in front of you, this is a container that I'm gonna do part of a new starts in here. So let's quickly look at what I have printed out in here. So like always, I try to print each year what I'm going to be working as a whips. There's 3 projects that I'm going to be touching each month, a certain amount of stitches, because I have some plans for them. And then I'm going to show different style of embroidery and crafts. Some of them I've never done, some I've done very long time ago, so it's going to be different things, and it's not only something involved with the needle and the thread. And let's start now looking at this. So possible new starts, that's going to be from like a kids and booklets, leaflets. And again, I'm going to be working on magazine new starts. I still have some magazine whips in here, but I'm gonna do that. So between those 3 parts, I have 48 projects, which means each month I need to start like a 4. And then when I calculate it, so approximately 2 whips also each month. So about 6 projects besides those 3 are my main ones. So we'll see how it goes. So let's start. Let's move these guys off to the side so they can play for me in here, and mouse to help me count and be ready. So I have it, like I said, in this box, and some of them almost kitted together, some partially. So I'll be pausing, taking out of the bag, and showing it to you. So the first on my list of possible new starts that is this design that I got in 2023 Needlework Galleria. It's by Julia Punti, or like you see in here, or Antici. And I saw this as a sample there. I fell in love, and I got pretty much everything except the fabric, which I'm still looking for. I have in a different, smaller, well, bigger count by the, instead of 36, I have a 32, I think. So I'm still looking for a fabric, but I loved how it all looked, and I got all extra parts that needed. So I had like a hand painted, like a little things that you can put in, and thread keeper in here. So I want to do this sewing box. I don't know. I'm going to start probably on a big part and do smaller ones later. I got only 2 of these pins that are actual Italian marble parts. So they're pretty heavy in here. And those marbles in here that are gonna be like to close down the box, and you know, they're hefty. At first I thought it's a wooden ball, and when I lifted in my hand, that was amazing. It's like how heavy it is. So I have rest of the stuff in the bag, like I said, except the fabric. So there's going to be some beads involved. There's also white beads, I think. I have it somewhere else. So I was collecting the threads right there at the Galleria. So that was great thing, and I can kind of compare this to what I wanted to look. So yeah, so that was going to be my first on the list. I don't know which I'm going to start first, which is second. So of course I can't do that right now because I don't have a fabric for this, but it will look amazing. All the details. I love the historical kind of look of that. So wish me luck on getting that paper, fabric, and doing that. Now the second, sorry for a glare, second project that I want to pull out is one of my Dimensions kits gold collection. I have quite a few of them, and I'm still collecting. There are some out of print that I'm searching for at a reasonable price, and it's this Silent Flight. I want to stitch this as a gift to my husband, and it's designed by R.W. Hedge. And let's see what else I can tell you. That the kit was made 2005. I got it maybe eBay or something, because it's taped up. Used to be on Hobby Lobby, and it's considering this big thing that's going to be 16 by 11 inches or 41 by 28 centimeters. Majority of the foreground, like a bird, is going to be stitched, I think, in the mountains with the full cross, but I believe the sky is going to be stitched in a half stitch, so that should be quicker. So somebody kind of made it a little bit messy. I have not opened yet the pattern and the whole kit, so it's supposed to be all there. 18 count tan Ada. I think I'm gonna keep that instead of changing in the even weave, because it should be like a full coverage, and hopefully there's not going to be a lot of like a quarter stitching or something like that. Although as you can see, there's going to be quite a bit of a back stitching. All the feathers going to be lined up, and the tail, but the background should not be. Looks like even the mountains might be half stitched. So mainly I think the bird might be the full cross. So that hopefully will go fast, and my hope actually in 2024 to do half of it. We'll see how it goes, but I don't want to drag it too much, this project, because I have other Dimensions kits that I want to start too. So this would be my second in regular kit leaflet group. Now third one is going to be Mirabilias, because I have quite a few Mirabilias too, and I won this pattern from Lisa Stitching and stuff, I believe, her channel. This one is called Touching the Autumn Sky, and it's slightly different. It's not the fancy girls or like a mermaids, and it does not have like a full coverage also, so it should be fairly easy to stitch. MD 33, I believe. This is might be out of print, and I've picked like a sparkly fabric, and I'm thinking I'm going to stitch on that. Is Lugana 28 count Chasescape, and it's opal, so it has sort of like a sky. I thought that would look well with this project, like a sky and the clouds and stuff like that. So I'll just have to figure out how I want to lay it, and that's what I'm gonna start, and I'm sure it's gonna look amazing. I don't have any of like a goals for this, just start. So I don't know if I'm gonna start from very middle or from the edge, but I have it all the threads collected, and made a copy for myself. So that would be another piece. Hopefully you don't hear too much of the crinkling. Next, I have a Mill Hill Kit Buttons and Beads series, and it's called Cappuccino. So if you know, I love coffee, although out of all those extra frou-frou kind of drinks, cappuccino is closest that for me that I could drink. All those lattes is too much dairy for me, and I am dairy intolerant. So this cappuccino, I also stitched for a friend. I gave that as a gift. So I'm not going to be using the perforated paper. So I was kind of looking at the different types of fabrics, what I can replace that would sort of look like that. And I'm thinking possible this, both are 28 count. So this is Summer Khaki Joblin, and this is Wheat Lugana. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to go. I might be leaning towards Summer Khaki. But we'll see. Once I start stitching, I'll decide on which one I want to use. So right now I have both of them in there. So this is more like a neutral color in here, and this is way a little bit darker. And I think you're seeing pretty good color showing for you in here. I think because of the white table. So also this one, since it's not that huge, I think it's maybe 36 something, I think over 3,000 stitches, and that involves a beading. So that would be great if I can finish by the end of the year this piece. And I have a beads sorted out, and we'll see how that goes. But my plan is to start and finish in 2024. So the next in line on my list is Just Nan's pattern. It's called Christmas Elegance. I got that, I think, from a Facebook Marketplace, perhaps, or eBay. And it was unused, so it has all the beads and embellishments that needed. So you can see all big amount of those. So hopefully I'm not gonna need that many, and there might be something else in there that's hiding. I did not try to open it yet, but this is what it will look like. Of course, in person it would look way better, and it was suggested to use like a lamb's wool, linen, or some cashel. So at the Galleria, Needlework Galleria, I looked for some colors similar, because amazingly I did not have it in my anything like that in my stash. So I got this that was very close in color by Needle Bling Designs. It's called Winter Moon. So it's sort of like just a plain creamy color. There's no big colors splotches that I could see. So got a quarter of a yard, and there's gonna be some like a things involved besides beads in their specialty stitches and things, and some of the threads. I think I have pretty much everything in here. So there's going to be some silks that I'm using Krynic Mori. I've never used this Beressois 1003 color, so beautiful burgundy color. I love it. And the same is the green one. There's going to be Krynic. So that's the pile of threads in here. So I think this one is ready to stitch. I just need to pre-cut fabric. I think I need to cut in some point and put it on a frame and start stitching. So I might do that while there is still winter time in here, or like at the end of the year in December. So we'll see, but it's something to do with the Christmas. So we're still in Christmas spirit. So that would be another, and I don't have any specific plans for that except to start. Next, I'm going to include a picture in case you don't know. I want to start the Mirabilia Reindeers, and I might start a Rudolph or a Dancer because I just finished Santa's sleigh, which was a big piece, and I think reindeer are a bit smaller in the size. So I decided to stitch all of them on a 30 count smoky pearl Belfast linen, and I have a fat quarter in here, and it kind of looks grayish, but it will match my Santa sleigh. So this is linen, and I have some crystal treasures already. I have all of the DMC threads that needed for that, and we'll collect other stuff, I think, from my stash that I have. But so far, I didn't put it all together because I'm still getting the reading pattern. Should be arriving hopefully soon. So that's going to be, again, one of my starts. Just want to start, and no specific amount of stitches or anything to do with it, just the start. So next on my list is this kit. I got it from the stashing groups on the Facebook. It's a shepherd's bush design called Twined Heart. And I don't have a mat, of course. It's just the stitchy kit. And it came with the fabric, with all the needles, with all the beads and extras that needed for that. And of course, all the threads. And there is the thread sorter in here. I have not opened the kit yet to check it out. So it will be interesting once I start. But it's a gentle tones with the beads, and I know it's kind of very hard to see from this small picture what it's going to look like, but I know that shepherd's bush has specialty stitches and things like that. So even Hardanger, I believe they use it, or pull thread, one of those. So I want to just to start, and I don't know, probably will be from a top somewhere. So we'll see how it goes, and I hope that it's enough threads for me to do all the project. So yeah, so that would be, I think it might be my first bigger shepherd's bush project, because I finished last year stitching a little ornament from a magazine that was done by them. So I know the ladies, believe, have no different group that has like YouTube channels. So shepherd bush is still in business, so it's just some of the things are harder to get, I believe. And that's going to be also just the start. No specific amount how much I want to stitch. So let's go to the next one, which would be what I want to start and finish. So got this also from the stashing group. It's Daydreams, which would be like a dimensions, another like a, here you go, it's showing another like a child group, not a group, but business that they had, Sunset, they had Daydreams, all those things in the different times in the different years. So this is all that's in here. So it's by Debbie Mama Designs. You can kind of tell the style. Glass and matte included in there. Finish size is 8x8. So everything that you want is there. So you see the mat that was done. It's just a tiny window with the Santa in there. The glass is behind it, and you can hear things shaking up. So the threads, everything is a whole kit. And like I said, I want to start and finish, because I don't think it's going to take that much longer, that long time to do it. Of course, there's going to be some backstitching involved in here, but that is what is going to bring the whole design closer. I don't know if I'm going to stitch and include that looks like Ada fabric, 18 count, or if I'll just grab like even weave. Haven't decided on that part, but since it's small, maybe it would be okay. So this one is called the Starry Santa, and that's going to be start and finish. All right, so next in my list is a kit I got. I don't remember where. Maybe also Galleria or from my mother-in-law's stash. Inherited. It's by Sweetheart Tree. I have some patterns from them and still looking for a couple more. And this one is called Ladies Quadrille, four-sided ornament designed by Sandra Cox Bannersdal. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing correctly. So as you can see, it's different parts and will have to be sewn together. There's specialty stitches. There's beads. There's is that a Japan thread? Yes. And everything that you need is in here, including the fabric. So it's going to be very pretty, I'm sure. And I don't know, are those like does not look like a satin thread. I don't know how to make those like a rosebuds, but it's probably stitches, not the buds itself. So there's going to be delicate stitching, a lot of back stitching involved, but that is not a problem for me. I don't have that fear of the back stitching or French knots like some people do, I know, but little by little I'll finish. It would be nice to finish maybe at least one side in here, but we'll see how that goes. So that's from Sweetheart Tree. The next is another specialty stitches group. Let me pull out the pattern. And it's by Victoria Sampler. I love this designers, and they have their own YouTube channel, I believe, with sometimes showing different stitches. And this is from their Gingerbread Village buildings. And this is part 7, needle workshop. That would be my first from those designs. It's very hard now to find the printed versions of all the patterns, but you could get all of them as a PDFs online from them for all kinds of designs. So I'm still looking, I like the paper feel, so I'm looking still for some designs. And that's what it should look like. So it's a little box that you can stash some stuff in there. And it's very detailed booklet how to put it all together. I don't know how PDFs are just scanned like all the pages or what, but you need a couple of different fabrics in here, and I bought them. And also there's like a packages you can get as accessory kits. So I got this accessory kit specifically for that. So different bundles with the Gloriana silk, with the Crinix needlepoint silks. So there's the different bundles, and which includes buttons. So you see how many different things is going to be in use for that. So just need to sort out all the bundles according to grouping. There is a tiny scissors in here too, very, very cute. And the snowman and the little gifts. So that's easier than collect everything separately and stuff like that. So I don't know which part I'm going to start. Maybe one of the bases, one of the sides, I don't know. But I need to cut the fabric properly, and that's it. I don't know if I have that. I have a P. I don't think I have a white floss pack, so I need to check that out. Yep. So I guess I didn't have everything, so need to probably it's going to be used for that. So I need to see if I can buy that from them. So that would be, let's see what number we're on. Number 10 only. So we have 10 more to go from that grouping. So let's put this and get on the next one. And again, that Victoria Sampler piece is not slated for any specific amount of stitches. It's just some, at least to start. So the next is one of the Lizzie Kate's patterns, Promise Me. Don't remember when I got it. I think maybe a couple of years ago. And it says, promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think. I think that's a wonderful saying, especially for kids or relatives or friends that are facing some struggles. So this is encouragement piece. And I have not looked yet at the threads. I have the fabric, I believe, and you can pretty much stitch on anything you want it, I would imagine. So I think I was choosing like a lighter blue color fabric because I like, or I might just get something like this. So I still need to gather up some threads. I mean, I have all the DMC colors, but if I want a gentle arts or weeks dye works to show a little bit of change in color, that's what I'm going to use. But anyway, this is number 156. If you have it, you can stitch along with me. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Maybe sometime in spring, summertime, because that's kind of hinting towards flowers and birds towards that time of the year. So that would be what, number 11, right? Yes, number 11 is Promise Me. The next is by Bought the Threads. I got it as a sort almost kit from one of the needlework Galleria years, and I already stitched Dawn, so this would be Dusk by Leslie Tier, and the girls would be like facing each other. But the fabric I got at the same time, it's this sparkly by Shepherd's Needle, casual opal white fabric, the 28 count. And for the Dawn, I slightly colored it. I think it's also like a gentle violet kind of color. So I still need to dye this fabric and to sort of like a match to look at each other. And I remember that for Dawn, I did all of the skin over one, so that took me a long time. I did not do like a half stitches, but I did a full X. And where the color changes were, like for example in here would be, I did not go in exact squares, but I was kind of fudging and blending in and jumping a little bit around, so it would not look like a straight squared lines. I think that's one of the things I learned also by doing Mirabilia, that you cannot, if you're converting to over one petite, that you cannot just go at the exact same spots where the full X's were, because you can kind of see more of squaring up. So I didn't want to do that, and I'm gonna do the same thing in here. I'm gonna just kind of go with the flow where I want to position all the changes in the colors in here, and there's going to be lots of sparkles, so that all came on the kit. You can see all the shiny threads in here with the beads, and I have all the DMC threads that needed, so that's going to be whipped for quite a few years probably, unless I just decide to sit on that, because it's not very small in design. So finished size is 30 by 41 centimeters. I can't remember what it would be in inches, but it's a pretty big size. But I wanted to at least start. First, I need to dye the fabric and then start on this project before my daughter becomes way too old to even look at that. Okay, next let's head out towards Halloween stuff. So I got this at a Galleria, which is Night Out. I saw this stitched and by Blackberry Lane Designs design, and I have a couple smaller ornaments by her done, but I loved how it looked, so I got it right away. The fabric and like what do you call those hangers, right? So I got it all, like you can see how bright the fabric is, right? And it's opal sparkle. And this is Kermit Casual Linen, 28 count. And then I saw in a smaller size, I think this might be for a full size. I can't remember now, but when I bought at Bellpool, I was thinking of doing this over 2 threads, but now I'm kind of tempted to do over 1 thread. There's not a lot of color changes. I mean, there's, I think, only black color, isn't it? Design. There's also scissor fob and things like that. So design is 136 by 465. Okay, this is a 1/1. But it was using needlepoint silk. So I might just do, I might not even have to change this then. Yay. Didn't even bother to look, huh? So the size is 4.8 by 1675. So it's going to be long, but I loved how it looked hanging, and it's not framed, so it's easy it would be to roll when it's time. And I love how all those extra parts popped out from this design, that you can just take one portion of that and do that, and I probably will do that too. So That's true. I sneezed, sorry. So I'm ready all to stitch this one out. So let's put this one away and let's go to another Halloweenish design. And I got this from AliExpress to try out. There's a couple of needles involved. I've never had rose tree, but I saw this design. I couldn't remember. I think this Russian designer does done like it's going to be bowl. I've stitched a couple bowls by different group, I believe, before. So it's not showing what is included, but it should be like a threads, and it's going to be some back stitching involved in there. So we'll see how it looks. The hardest thing is going to be to sew it in such a way that two parts get together and don't look like a headless or something like that, because I tried my first one, there were no specific like areas marked how to sew it up. So instead of ball, it became like a pumpkin, kind of squarish in some parts. So hopefully this will work out better. But by then I might make another ball. So this is on a 14 count, I believe, or 18. I don't remember even which one I ordered. So once I start stitching, you'll find out along with me. So it's going to be all kinds of Halloweenish, and that would be great for Halloween time. So that's another Halloween design. And the next one is by Prairie Moon. I bought something and I inherited from my mother-in-law another several Prairie Moon designs. And this one is Last Tango Dance. I think there's no other ones. And I have 3 Amigas too. So not sure which one I'm gonna start first. But I don't think I have them on my start and finish. No, just I wanted to do. And there's the Crib Club too. So I'm gonna grab one of those designs, one of those 3, I guess. I picked the fabric that is Vintage Stormy Night. I guess I might be doing Tango. Just grab the like this, fairly grayish. There's no over dyed in here too much. So unless by that time I find some other fabric, but right now this is what I had grabbed. This is almost looks like that Belfast for the reindeer. But anyway, I'm gonna do one of the Prairie Moon designs. I'm gonna start. So one of those 2 or the Crib Club. So we'll see. But I want to do the start at least. So maybe I'll be able to do like a one group or one creature. So we'll see. But most likely that will be started around Halloween time. So for the next one, I'll add a picture because it's long ago done out of print, a pattern by dimensions. It's called Ocean Princess. And I have all the threads here ready. I got the pattern and probably gonna try also use what I have left over dimensions threads to stitch. Because like I said, it's very hard to find and it's very unique. I've been trying to stitch that, I don't know, for 3-4 years and never be able to start. It's from Charts and Charms. So some things I'll be replacing, especially those charms. I wish I could find anywhere, but it's been so long out of making that it's practically impossible to see even on, I think I have a printed here, to see on eBay or anywhere else, and that's going to be a stitch. I have a fabric and all the extras. I'll just include what I could find. It had like pearls and things like that. So I thought it's a very unique mermaid, very different, and I want to try her. So that would be another, just to start, no specific amount of stitching, but I want to just start. So she would be number 16. Number 17 is a kit, and it's a twin waiting for this one to finish stitching, start and finish stitching. It's old print of Golden Hands, I guess that would translate. And Natalia Pashkova is the designer. 28 colors, so the size would be 22 by 42 centimeters. and I've stitched all those plants are like a Chinese, like a lantern sort of plants. I can't remember, but if I find the picture somewhere, I'll show it to you. But it's waiting for this to be finished, and I can then try to go and frame it together. So it used to, that's a Russian designer, so I think they redone and called themselves like Golden Hands, or more in English speaking people could understand. But I think I bought, I like this design so much, I bought it twice. So I know again that all that snow, all those singles will have to be carefully started and finished in the back. So I try not to do the dragging behind, and just going to be a very long couchings and the back stitching too. So that's going to be a slow project, but I need to finish because one is just been waiting for several years in here. So that would be my possible start, number 17. Now, number 18, you've seen not that long ago, and it's by Linda Stitches. I started Mr. Delicious on Thanksgiving of last year, and I finished right after. I did some substitution with the threads of what I had, but I think it turned out fairly well. Let's see, I'm using, this time I want to start Mrs. Delicious, so it's probably again going to be around Thanksgiving time. And I think there's same fabrics, same fabric I'm going to be using, which is Brain Fog 32 count linen that I got by Mystic Fabrics. So just gonna continue working on this, and once I have both of them done, then I'll figure out if I want to do them as a pillow, or I want to do like a flat fold. So we'll see, but that's would be good if I can start and finish. So hopefully that will be able to do, because it didn't take me a very long time to do this one. And if I have to travel again for Thanksgiving, then that's something I can work on. So that would be number 18. Now number 19, I have plans only to start. I had it printed a little bit bigger size and I got this as a smaller kind of size to see. And it's a huge thing. It's Anagram Diffusion by Sampler Renaissance. I don't know if it's in French or in English, but probably French. Création Jean-Louis Grand Sire, they will be kind of looking. But it's, let's see. So it becomes 83 by 95. It's very big, and I was trying to figure out what kind of color I want for the fabric and even threads, because it's mainly like a white color and red color in here on the fabric. So there's going to be a lot of like just changing, like this is mainly white with some red like accents in here. So it's humongous, and couple back stitches again, so the stitch count is 496 by 567. So it's a big size, and I don't know, I haven't decided yet what background fabric do I want, or a ground cloth, and which colors I want to use. Should I have it this traditional red and white, and what kind of fabric I want to do it. So I still thinking about it, so we'll see. But I want to start, and you will see this going through quite a few years probably, because it's so detailed, and I don't want to budget, and I want to look at all nice and straight lines where it needed to be. Lots of backstitching in here. So that would be another start of mine. And we're going towards the end of my kits and like a pamphlet. And this is what I want to start, possibly when either when a Chinese New Year start, or during the Silk Road, which is I think in June. So the Chinese New Year, I believe this year is February 10th, and it's the Wood Dragon year. Every 12 years, I guess it's a different type of dragon. Mine, my birth dragon is fire dragon, and this is wood. But I thought that would be, this design would be perfect to start this year because it's wood, green colors, so it's nature and wood in there. So that would be great to start. The pattern is by Astra, and that would be smaller. I think Heaven and Earth Designs has that one, and some other designers too. This one, it's like a soul friends, she calls it. So I love how they just look at each other like they really are buddies. So I just want to start, and it's probably going to be again a boring little corner in here. So we'll see how much I can do it, because I probably would not want to stop. And of course, here is a blurry kind of look. It's going to look weird and splotchy, but the main characters should be popping out in here. And I'm pretty sure the grass here is not going to be very hard to stitch. But yeah, so that will be my number 20 of this list in here. So let's look. I've been like 40 minutes in there. Let's look now at magazine starts. Hopefully that won't take way too long. Or if I see that it's taking me too long to put it all as a one video, I might split in several. So magazines.